Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to solve my puzzle, Let Fish Mope. This puzzle is inspired by Dr. Seuss and his book, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. So I've put 5 fish in the puzzle. They are lines, and the lines follow ordinary line rules of variant sudoku. There are white kropke dots in the puzzle. White kropke dots separate consecutive adjacent digits. So that might be a 1, 2, or a 5, 6, or a 3, 4, something like that. They are adjacent, and they are consecutive. The ordinary Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 in each row, column, and 3 by 3 box. And these lines, some of the fish depicted here have exhaled bubbles, colored bubbles. So this green fish has some green bubbles coming up. This red fish has red bubbles coming up. The blue fish has some blue bubbles going up. Those bubbles contain digits that are not found in the fish of the same color. And the bubbles are in vertical lines. The purple Renban fish is a set of 5 consecutive digits. The green whisper fish are adjacent digits differ by 5 or more, so that digit and that digit are at least 5 apart. And there's also a clone rule that the whisper fish are clones of one another. So the digits are the exact same in relation to each other on those exact same 5 digits in the same relative position, the exact same relative position on each fish. The red parity fish, these digits alternate odd and even, and the digits in that column alternate odd and even. And I put that white dot in to show that the odd-even split is there, not there. These are going to be the same parity. That's going to be the opposite. That will be the opposite of those two, and they will be the same. The blue region sum fish, the digits in the 5 line cells equal the digits in the 2, erase all this, in the 2 bubble cells. Okay, those are the rules. Please go try the puzzle and come on back and let me know how you did, and if you liked it, or if you hated it, or if you found it easy or difficult. And please go play it on Logic Masters and rate it there, especially if you liked it, and if you found it hard. I like lots of stars and lots of likes. So I'm going to start solving the puzzle. Please pause the video and go solve it if you want to do it without my help, and then come on back and make a comment. First thing, we know that these, well, let's see, I'll start here. I know that this is a pair of digits that do not appear in those 5. So these 2 can't appear there or there. These 2 repeat down here, and they are a set of high digits because they are 5 digits. These 5 are 5 digits. They sum to no fewer than 15. So these 2 have to sum to 15 or more. So they are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we know that there's an even here. It's either 6 or 8 in these 2 cells. Well, if that's 6, it goes with a 7, and that would be only 13, and that sum would not come close to the 15 minimum here. So we know that the digit on this pair of white dot cells is not 6. That's a 7, 8, 9 trio. We know that these cells are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We know that this one is either high or low. It's on a green whisper line, and we know that that one is the same. I'm going to mark those A, and I'm going to set the one next to them B, because these are clones. They're identical, and these are A, B, C, D, and E. Now that A is, well, let's look at this A. This A is adjacent to 2 digits that are more than 5 away. It is also adjacent to a digit there that is more than 5 away. And because I'm going to go ahead and mark this F, and I know that this A, B, and C, by roping, appear over here. The F, D, and E appear there and there. This is called roping when 3 digits are the same in one row in 2 boxes. In one row in each of 2 boxes where the, let's see, how do I state this? How do I articulate this? These 3 digits appear there, and they have to appear somewhere in this row. Well, they appear there in that row. I'll just mark them for the sake of this video. I'll mark them light green. Now these 3 have to appear somewhere in this box, but not there in the same row. So these 3, which I'll mark light pinkish, appear there, and then they have to appear down here. That means that these 3, which I'll mark, no, that's an awful contrast. I'll mark dark purple just for a minute. I'm going to erase all these colors. These 3 appear there, and I'm going to mark those G, H, and I. Now, I'm just going to get rid of all of these colors because I've got the letters in there, and that's what I want to use. So I know that A is adjacent to 3 different cells. It's adjacent to B, D, and this G, H, or I. So I know that the A has to be from either 1, 2, or 8 or 9. But I know that if it's a high digit, it's going to come down here, and it's not going to be one of those 2. So it can't be one of those 2, and it's going to end up in the region sum line there. And there's no place for an 8 or a 9 in those 4 cells. So I know that this is a low digit. It's not an 8 or a 9. I'm going to get rid of that 8 or 9 pencil mark. And I'm going to mark this yellow, because I like yellow for the word, for the low digits, because I associate low with yellow, because the word is within it. And I like to mark my high digits blue, like the sky, because the sky is high. So I like to think of the blue high sky. I don't know how I got the E and F, because this is not, this is the D by the clone rule. This is the E by the clone rule. This is the F by the clone rule. So this is blue by the whisper line rule, even though it's not on a line. The columns of digits in the cell or in the bubbles act like whisper line, and they alternate high and low, greater than and less than 5. And this is not a D or an E. My pencil marking got me a little confused because I went back over and I put all the D, E, and F in. But I know that the F repeats there. These are D and E. And I know that this D is not there. That is the E. And that is the D. And we know that D is blue and the E is yellow. And that's all our yellows. I'm going to go ahead and mark 5s blue. Just, I don't like to do that always, but in this puzzle it works. I'm going to mark the 1, 2, 3, 4 low. I'm going to mark the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. And I'm just going to remember that a 5 can never be on a whisper line because there's no digit greater than 5. Or 5 or greater away from 5 in the sudoku options. Put the 5 up there. Now, I know that there's at least one yellow there. And if there's a blue there, I'm sorry, if there's a blue there, then both of those are yellow. So at least one of these is yellow, and that means that there is at least a 4 here. That the 4 goes there. That puts the 4, which is a yellow digit, I'm going to mark that, 1 yellow. That puts the 4 up here in C. If the 4 is in C, the 9 is in D, and that repeats on the clownfish. That 9 can't be here any longer. The 1 and 2, see a yellow digit. Can't be a 4, it is a 1, 2, or 3. A 1, 2, or 3 can't see a 5. This is another yellow digit, 1, 2, 3, or 4. There is a 9 here, because this 9 sees into that box and the rest are low. It puts a 9 down here. This cannot be a 6 because it's between 2 digits. It has to be at least a 7 or 8. B is 7 or 8. 5 and 6 in that set of boxes. Can't be there. It's got to be over there. This is not a 5. It is a 7, 8. And up here, there is a 7 or an 8 and a 5, 6. I'm getting a lot of pencil marks. Take my 5 out of there. These are the 5, 6. I'll just mark them like that. I should mark my 7, 8 G. Take out the H and I. The H and I are no longer helpful. Okay, so I've got the 7, 8 pair. Takes the 7, 8 out of there. Now down here, I've got this weird column of 3 consecutive digits. And they can't be a 1, 2, 3 because that is either 1, 2, or 3. And it can't go across a 4 because of the 4 in the column. This has to be larger than 4. It can't contain an 8 because there's an 8 in there. One of those is even, and it is an 8. So this is a 5, 6, 7. Triple. And if this is a 7, that's a 6. Well, we know the 6 is in the middle because it has to be. So these are not 6s. And these are not 5. Well, let's see. I have to prove that. If this were a 7, that would be 13. And that's at least 19 with 1, 2, 3. So this has to be the 5. And this has to be the 7. That takes the 7 out of there and out of there, because those are the same digits. Makes that the 8, that the 9. That 8 sees a 7 up here. 7 can't be in here. And these can't be 4 or 5. It's 6 plus 5. And we need to get to 17 to equal the sum of the 8 and 9. So we're going to take the 5 out of there, and the 6 and the 7. And that's a 1, 2, 3. triple, this is a 4-7 pair. The 7s are not here. The 8 and that pair of 8s, take the 8 out of there, put the 8 over here. I'm going to mark these 1, 2, 3s yellow for low, and I'm going to make that low because it's next to a 1, 2, or 3. It's not a 4 in the column, so it's a 1, 2, 3 possibility. This can't be a low because there's already 3 in the row, so those are both what I'm calling high, which may be a 5. We don't know. The 7 can't go next to a 3, so that has to be a 1, 2. F is the 3, wherever it appears. This is no longer a 3. We know E is not the 3. E is a 1 or 2. Okay, how far am I? This is the other 1, 2 in the row, in the column. I'm going to go ahead and mark this the E. And this is a 5, 6 pair left in the row, in the column, I mean. These cells are from 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's a 5, this 5, 6 appears somewhere in here. So it can't be on that white dot because of that. So I know there's a 4 here. And that the 4 is next to a 3 or a 5. So this is, I don't have that figured out yet. If you're watching the video and you know what I'm missing, please, well, I've already made the video because I don't do this live, so you can't help me much by shouting because I've already done the puzzle if you're watching the video. So if I haven't solved it, I won't post it. That's knowledge bomb, as they say on Cracking the Cryptic, a site you really ought to check out, by the way, Cracking the Cryptic on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to put in a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. You know, I never did eliminate a 4. I'm going to take that color out. I'm not comfortable with that color. There could be a 4 or 5 pair there. I haven't eliminated that possibility. I'm going to go ahead and mark these. I know that these, that, and that are all the same odd, even parity. So I'm going to mark them orange for odd. I like orange for odd because it has they both start with O. I like green for even because they both have the letters E, E, N in that order in them. So think of even green. And this odd even pair repeats over here. We know that's an even on a white dot. One of the digits has to be odd and one has to be even. So that's how that breaks down. I think now I can just pencil in my possible candidates and start eliminating them. Not a 6 there, not an 8 there. There's a 2 on this white dot, which means there's no 2 there. That is a 1 or a 3. This white dot has an even number, which is not a 6 and it's not a 2 because those both appear in the row. So this is a 4 or an 8. And I'm going to go ahead and mark the possible. It's a 4, 8, 3, 5, 7, 9. And the 9 is not there. This is a 7. That's by clone rule with that 7. This is not the 7. This forms a 1, 2, 3 pair, so these are not 3. The 1, 2, 3 pair takes away the 2 here. So these are from 3, 5, 7, and 9. That can't be the 3 because of the 1, 2, 3 in the row. Now know that this digit repeats there because of the bubbles don't repeat on the fish. So these two are there. Those 2 digits repeat there. This is the 5, 7, 9. And this is not the 2 or the 6. Okay, now, this is an odd number that is not a 1 or a 3. It is a 5, 7, or a 9. And if this digit is an 8, that digit is an 8. That's a 7, 9 pair, and that's the 5. So if that's an 8, this one is an 8, that one is a 5. If this one is a 4, that one is the 5, because that's the only one available, because this would be a 4, and it needs a 3, 5 pair. That would be the 5, and that would be the 5. So either way, one of those is the 5, and I can eliminate the 5 from that digit. I can also eliminate the 7 from that digit because of the 7 in the column. Now let's count the odds and evens. I have an odd, even, odd, even, odd. I've got a pair that's odd and even right there. So this pair is also an odd even pair to make 4 evens and 5 odds in the column. So this is an odd. I'm going to mark it orange for now. And it is a 1, 1, not a 3 because of the 3 in the row, 5, 7, not a 9 because of the 9 in the row. It's a 1 or a 5, 7. Again, I know it's not a 5 because I already established that one of these two is the 5. So that is not the 5. It is a 1 or a 7. And I need the 7 to be on, not in that cell. It has to be on this line. Why is that? Well, I've got an 8 there and an 8. Actually, I already know that's an 8. I solved that a long time ago. How long has that been there? So I've got an 8 up here. I need a 7 on the Renban to make it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 can't be there. This is a 1, and that should complete the puzzle. From here on in, it should be relatively simple sudoku all the way to the end. Let's see if I am right. This is a 2 by the clone rule. This is a 1 by the clone rule. That can only have a 2 next to it. The 2 needs an odd number. It's the 3 because the one in the column. This is not a 2. This is not a 2. The 2 is here. The 1, 3, this is not the 2. It's a 1, 3 pair. No 3s here in the column. 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. That is the 6. 4, 5 in the box makes this a 6. That's the 5. This is a 3, 9 pair. We'll come back to that. This is a 4, 7 pair. Get rid of that color altogether. We'll take the G out of there. That's not a 7. That's a 5, 6, 8. Why did I take the 8 out of there? This cell should be given. I have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing a 2. Need a 2 over here. Okay, I know it solves from here. I have, let's see, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. This is a 5, 7 pair. I need a 1 in the box. Need a 1 in that column. Maybe it would help if I colored them odds and evens now. I don't know. I'm doing this puzzle so that I can have a solved version to post on Logic Masters Germany. And I thought I'd go ahead and try to narrate it as I did it. Only one place for the 3 in this box, and it's there. That makes that the 4. This is a 5. This is not a 5, it's a 7, 9. This is the 4 by the bubble rule. That is the 5 by the same bubble rule. That makes this the 7. This is the 9. No 4 or 5 here. That's an 8 and a 7 to be 1 away. No 4s left in the box. The 2s here and here and here. See that one? Makes that the 2. 2s must be done. Well, no, I still have 2s here. Let's see. 7 over here. Makes that a 4. That's a 7. 4 somewhere in there. No 5 here. That's a 6, 8 pair now. The 5 is in the corner. Only place for a 7 in this box is there. Sees up into there. Three must go there. This can only be a 1. The 8 belongs there in the box. Puts an 8 there by sudoku. This is a 9. Only space left for it in the box. 9 over here on that row. Can only go there. Let's see. That puts a This is not a 1. These ones and that one make this a 1. That's a 1. And their ones are here. Can't quite get those yet. Okay, now 7s. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triple. We know the 6 goes there because of this 6. That's a 7, 8 pair. Can I solve that? I'm not sure. This 4 makes that a 4. That fixes my 7s. There and there are 7s. This is the 8. This must be a 9 and a 3. Okay, 6, 8, 2. There's a 2 down there. Haven't fixed that yet. Well, let's just see. What are these left in the box? I need a 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a 3, 5. This, by the way, is a 4 because of that 5. That's a 5. This is the 4. Only one left in the row. Now I'm left with a 3, 4, 5, 6. Only one left in the row, and a 4, 3 pair. 3 there because of the 3 in the column. 4 there. Got a 5, 6 up there. We need a 2 and what, a 5. I can solve those by that 5. That's the 2 and the 5. Fixes the 2 there. There's a 6, 8 pair. This 5 has no 5s. I have to go back to when I got two 4s in the in that box. What did I say that was? A 3, 4 pair? That's ridiculous. There's no 4s. There's no 6s there. What is that? That's a 3, 5 pair. And I can fix that by that 3. Five goes there. Okay, these two, I need a 2 and a 9, is it? In the column. 9 there, because of this 9, and a 2. Makes this a 6. That a 2. That an 8. That's a 6. That's an 8. Okay, a 1, 3 pair. 1, 2. This is a 3, 5 pair. I know the 3 goes there. So there's 3 there in that row, and this is the 1 without being a 1. There's a 5, 6 pair left in this column. 5 in the row makes that the 6 and that the 5, and that's a 6. The 5 in this box has to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. And I've solved it. Thank you for watching. Please comment. Please go to Logic Master, solve the puzzle, and rate it. And thank you very much.